downtown. A lot of people heading downtown. The Great Lakes Science Center with a massive solar eclipse party.
It really is. They've done a heck of a job really supporting us through this whole thing, and so has Kelly Dobeck, our meteorologist and morning co-anchor. She's just been tremendous through this whole thing, kind of explaining, like all of our meteorologists, what's going to happen. And Kelly is at the Great Lakes Science Center, and we're going to learn more about the Orion spacecraft. And I'm not going to say anything more about that because
just let Kelly take it away.
I'll let Kelly take it away. Kelly?
Hey guys, yeah, so excited to be at the Great Lakes Science Center today. We are talking all about the science portion of the eclipse. And again, the Eclipse Fest that's happening right now at Great Lakes Science Center is a partnership with NASA Glenn. So there are a ton of awesome scientists in town just for the solar eclipse, one of them being Howard Hugh with the Orion mission. He is a super smart guy and is going to tell us all about the Orion spacecraft and how that connects to the moon. So thanks for being here with us this afternoon.
Well, thank you for having us. We're very excited to be here. You know, Orion is a spaceship that's going to take people back to the moon. And we're able to fly astronauts, NASA astronauts, and we're going to launch at the end of next year. And it's going to be an exciting mission, the Artemis 2 mission. We're going to take 4 crew members, go around the moon for about 10 days. And we're going to start the exploration part of lunar exploration. We're going to get people to the moon, and we're getting people down to the surface of the moon again.
That is so cool. So the eclipse has put a big spotlight on the moon for, you know, people here on Earth. But when it comes to astronauts and folks that are going to be potentially, you know, spending time on the moon, how is Orion associated with that?
Well, Orion's, think about it as a taxi service to the moon. We are the transportation system, human-rated transportation system that we built. We haven't built in over 50 years. And so it's something really awesome that we're doing. And that allows the crew to get to the moon. And then we'll have other ships that take them down to the surface of the moon, and they'll do a lot of science and explore all the things that are happening on the moon in terms of the surface and the geology and all the scientific discoveries that we expect.
Yeah, you would be surprised the geology of the moon, all the craters and mountains, and it's going to be something you may be able to notice when you're looking at the total solar eclipse as it starts. So have you ever seen totality before?
I have not. I'm very excited to be here in Cleveland. It's going to be an awesome afternoon.
Yeah, we are so excited here at the Great Lakes Science Center for totality. Howard, thank you so much.